Hi, it's Handy Mandy TV, and in the spirit of summer, I am going on a whim here and starting a little project. I am going to take some sticks that are lying around the house. I have a wood pile in the back, so I'll show you, there's a lot of wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little sample fence. And if it turns out any good, there's Fudge making sure she's protecting this. If it's any good, we're gonna think about making a barrier in the front of our lawn in this. So I'm just doing a little sample right now, and right now I've got some tools, just some screwdrivers, and it's like the end of a hammer slash crowbar that I'm going to be using to peel back the bark, and then I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to use one of these as a sample for a whole bunch of different kinds of techniques, because right now we kind of have like a cabin kind of feel to it with a canoe and a whole bunch of piles of wood. So I want like a tribal feel, but I also want it to be, we kind of like the idea of Hawaiian tiki. We had one, but not anymore. But I was thinking just putting like some tribal kind of looking symbols on the wood, so that way it gives it kind of more of a tribal feel to it. So, yeah. So I'm gonna get started. And I have my handy little assistant. Whoop! Say hi, Poppy. She's all wet. Oh gosh, now I'm all wet. Vicious, vicious thumbs. Budgie, you gonna come get some? Ugh. One of the things about these two is it's got bugs already crawling around up in here, and I think I'm gonna have to make sure to wash this off, make sure there's no bugs, because that's just so gross. We got like centipede looking stuff. And my little assistant is just loving it because she's getting all her fiber, protein, whatever, from the bark. So once we start getting all of this bark off, as you can see, some of it's really flaky. Also, if you want the fence to stand up on its own, you can either tie like a little string, kind of like when you're doing a tent, or you can make sure that one of the poles every so often is longer than the others, and you'll have like 2 feet that you want to bury into the ground. So that way it keeps the rest of them standing up and not tilting back and forth and falling over. Sit. Alright, so not all the wood will scrape off like this stuff down here because it's dried out where it's been exposed. The rest of it has to be scraped off. So what you want to do is you want to take this metal kind of brush. It's really, really hard. The bristles don't really move all that much. And you're just going to use back and forth lengthwise and then widthwise and just kind of mix it up to get that bark off. And just slowly takes it off layer by layer. So as you can see, it's a lot different than the rest of the side that's covered in bark. The wood is starting to be revealed. It's getting a little rough, but that's okay because I'm going to sand it down later. So I've been hard at work getting all the bark off. It's rained a couple times over the last couple days, and it's made it a lot easier to get the bark off. So now I've got all like these little pieces that are coming off, and there's a lot of layers to the bark. So this brown stuff is still part of the bark, and then I've already sanded it down, and what you want to get down to is this white part. And you just need some sandpaper. It doesn't really matter like the strength, so long as you can, you know, start sanding it down. And I've also taken a saw and I've sawed off some of these little branches or knots that are in the way, and I'm going to sand those down because just this smoother line without anything sticking out is the kind of look that I want. And the next couple of weeks, in no particular order, well, yeah, somewhat of an order, I'm going to be showing you a whole bunch of different techniques that I've already explored and try some more. So different ways of doing your decorative elements, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around to it, but there is a little article that I found on how to make your own like wood varnish out of beeswax. So that might be a really great way to finish this off, so that way it can withstand the elements and still look really nice. So I will see you guys all next week. Bye!